All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakudash. Give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. The house of David is rising. Just checking out this this midnight traffic. Chariot, there's a beam up overhead right there. Just enough, not too bright, but just enough for you that you can see it. As you can see, it's moving from bottom of the screen to the top, going over, nice and cool, and deadly. Praises to Yahweh Shah. Just cruising. So yeah, man, a lot's been happening. Still in the year of turn up in the month of June. Oh, there's two. See there? Both of them. There's two. Cruising, just kind of going out of sight behind the wall there, behind the top roof there. Two of them joining together. More or less joining together. So yeah, man. Just to let you know, Akim. Well, the chariots, the angels, the guiding angels, which everybody, all the Akim, all the elect Akim, you have a guardian angel. And by now you should know you have a guardian angel. By now you should know you have a guardian angel. That's why you've got this far in the truth. That's why you've got this far in the truth, and you've kept, for the most part, you've kept unscathed. He's kept you going. Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs 20 and 24. I could be right, I might be wrong. But a righteous man falleth 7 times, get back up again. So we know it's not always been smooth sailing. And we heard the stories of brothers, Akim, and even some of the Afwakim, the sisters. I've heard some of the stories, but you know the Most High's kept you whole, man. Kept you whole. Whole means in one piece, means well, means you've been you've been well. Whole, as in well, as in whole grain food. Whole, complete, whole grain food. Why am I thinking of food? But I think it makes the point when you think about food. Whole grain food, like whole grain rice, whole grains, whole meal. I'm not hungry, but I'm just making the point. Whole grain, whole oats, whole as in its completeness. So yeah, the Most High's kept us whole, man. Even though we've had our ups and downs in this truth, the Most High's kept us going. And yeah, He gives us signs. And if you're of the elect, whether you see a sign or not, whether you see signs or not, the Most High shows you these chariots, but He definitely lets us see prophecy being unfolding. Definitely let us see those things. The video I did earlier, the earth is rising up against the wicked. Yeah, that's all prophecy. The earth is rising up against the wicked. Animals are mad with them. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, are mad with the wicked. And they're going to come on even more stronger in the year of turn up. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. Oh, and don't forget the Terminator. The Most High's angels. Creation. Most High's angels. And yeah, everything is on time. Everything is on time. The surgical strikes are on time. The death angels, their strike is on time. Always on time. Isaiah 45 and verse 7. The Most High says He creates evil, man. I make evil. It is I who do these things. So when you see judgments, man, you're not supposed to feel no pity for people, even though some of them are harsh. Can't get around that. Some of them are rough, and they're rough on the eyes. They're rough on the eyes. I saw one, I think I mentioned it. I saw one the other day on the roadside, man. Not too far from where I live. He either might, if I'm not mistaken, I think he might have died that night. If he didn't die, it was very, very severe. It was critical. I didn't even want to stay around to see the end result, man. He was hyperventilating, bleeding, blood coming out of his head. Most High let me see what it's really like. And someone gets judged right in front of your eyes. He let me see that. Surgical strikes. So we just have to be, oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh no, they're not chariots. No, they're not chariots, they're stars. My mistake, they're not chariots. When you see a chariot, you know a chariot. They move slowly and glide, just as we saw earlier on. But it's all to lift up the man in faith, who and he knows, like I say, everything's on the Most High's timing. He knows when to send the chariots, the angels, or your guiding angels, when to let you see them, to reveal them. For the most part, they're always up there anyway. Whether they be cloaked, or whether they be visual for you to see. Yeah, I've been doing my little breathing exercises, and I tell you something, that does help. The breathing exercises, the meditating, the Tai Chi, doing the internal strength, because things start from the internal to the external when you're dealing with certain kinds of strength, longevity strength, not shortgevity. You got to make sure you breathe right. So I do my breathing, and I'm even getting better with that. And I'm going to say this right now. Certain brothers are going to get spiritual power, man. I'm going to say this again, I'm going to say it again. Certain brothers are going to get spiritual power. Spiritual powers. And if you're going through a rough time in life now, man, and you're low now, bear in mind, Sirach 7. Sirach verses 11, I should say. That's the scripture. Sirach verses 11 says that he makes rich, he makes poor, he brings down low, he riseth up. So, just bear in mind, if you're going through a rough time, if you've got sicknesses and all kinds of ailments in the body, thorns in the flesh, as Apostle Paul said, that's all for you to show your strength, because through weakness, I think it's 2 Corinthians 12, when I am weak, that's what Apostle Paul said, when I am weak, then I am strong. And earlier on today, I wasn't even 100%, man. I checked back the video. I had a little thorn in the flesh. I checked back the video. There was one little mistake I made. Sometimes with this thing I've got, this thorn in the flesh, this dyslexia. You can say words out of place sometimes. You can say words out of place. So the scripture that I quoted was Sirach 39, and I think I said 37. I was referring to the death angels, the spirits created for vengeance. It's Sirach 39 and 28. While I'm bringing it up, I might as well make that correction now. When it comes to the spirits that are created for vengeance, because there was a incident where two elderly couples was just driving down the road, and a heavy boulder tree branch fell on them, and the scripture that was mentioned in it was Nahum chapters 1 and verse 3. The Most High is angry with the wicked, and he will not acquit the wicked. He will not at all acquit the wicked. So make sure I make the correction on that now while I'm talking in the spirit. Nahum chapters 1 and verse 3. And I didn't read it, but I quoted Sirach 39 and 28. Spirits created for vengeance. 39 and 28. Well-known scripture, but sometimes you can just you can have a slip of the heart or a slip of the tongue, but not of the heart. In your zeal, in your zeal you can do that. But the Most High knows the heart, and we're in this flesh, man. So the flesh is weak. The flesh can be frail sometimes. A righteous man do fall 7 times, but the Most High picks him up again. Man, and let me tell you, the time's about 12:30 in the morning, around about 12:30 to 1, and you got some people there. I tell you, you have some strange people, A man just in a wheelchair going past, one of them electric wheelchair, making a whole heap of noise. These people have got demons on them, man. People got demons on them, but yeah, I can feel it through the spirit. Certain man, and if I go by the kind of visions and dreams I've been getting lately, I may well be one of them, man, who get spiritual power. I'm just speaking in the spirit. Yeah, if we go by what the precepts say, if we go by how the Most High's dealt with his prophets in the past, men like Yahweh, he was put in a hole. Yahweh Joseph, he was put in a hole before he was exalted. He had to spend 2 years in prison, man, for an injustice that he didn't do. Potiphar's wife, we know the story. That's in Genesis around 40. Genesis around chapters 40, 45, around there. What he went through, and then he had to be exalted. So brothers, just to say some words of encouragement. If you're going through something now, you're being put through something now to humble you, to keep you grounded, whether it be illnesses, whether it be woman problems, whether it be work problems, family problems. Bear in mind, Sirach chapters 2. Sirach chapters 2, man. If you find yourself in a low state, bear in mind it's all joy, I know it don't feel it. And that's also in James chapters 1. Consider it all joy, my brethren, when you meet with various trials, knowing that these trials and temptations works out endurance. Very similar to Sirach chapters 2. When you find yourself in a lower state, it's all for the training and because the Most High, he's very likely got a plan for you, a bigger plan. And there's many prophets you can talk about who had to go through. John the Revelator, he was on an island, John the Revelator. Many examples. Moses had to wander about in the wilderness, dealing with unfaithful murmurers, giving him a whole heap of trouble. He even wanted to die at one stage, man, with all the murmuring that they was doing. He said, who am I to carry these people? And then Most High had to give him some assistance, 70 other men to join him, 70 other prophets. So he had to pour out his spirit upon 70 other men. Oh, there you go. Oh no, no. It might be one of them. No, I don't think it's a chemtrail plane. I know the chemtrail planes when I see them. But it's not about looking out for chariots. It's just one of the things that I do anyway. I do that. I've been doing that for a long time. Breathing and doing that kind of thing and looking up into the sky. And you got some Trekkies among us who's been just like, that's just the spirit, man. That's just their spirit. They've been, one of my hobbies. I'll say one of my hobbies. That was my first hobby that I had. It was astronomy. Looking up into the sky and stars and naming planets, understanding planets, curious about the outer space, the universe, just curiosity. And I studied that. So it's no surprise that I'm looking up into the sky now, and I always knew about UFOs. Not always, but when I heard about them, I knew I related to that. It resonated with my spirit. There was no doubt in my mind. I wasn't a doubter. I wasn't a hater. when it came to talking about UFOs and planes and strange things from outer space, the truth was always stranger than fiction. The truth, that's what I'm going to name this video. The truth is stranger than fiction. And I related to that. I'm going to coin this video that name. The truth is stranger than fiction, and the truth is stranger than fiction. And when, like I say, we all have guardian angels, and I can go into some stories about, or testimonies, as one of our brothers like to say, of being delivered by guardian angels. Many a stories, and I don't want to be bragging about it. Some things you don't talk about, some things you just keep to yourself. And if the Most High puts a spirit on you to bring them out, you may do so, but it has to be done on His time. People are going to start thinking, who do you think you are? No, it's not that. It's just like I say, I'm pretty sure you got your stories too. If hopefully let's have their stories being delivered and being brought down and being brought back up again by the power and spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And they were miracles, and they were nothing else but miracles. That's what they were. They were miracles. Being delivered from death, near-death situations. Just looking back and things come to you through the spirit too. Just be glad, like I was saying, like I opened up with. Be glad you've come this far. You're still going. A righteous man falleth 7 times, but he getteth back up again. Kala Yahweh. I'm gonna keep it moving until the next one. I'm gonna carry on breathing. It's one of them nights tonight. Nice clear sky. I'm gonna carry on doing what I do. I'm gonna say shalom until the next one, Hakim. No doubt I'll be seeing more chariots tonight, and I don't have to keep on filming them. I just give thanks for the Most High that He's showing me them. For my eyes only, some of them. But all praises to Yahweh Shemel Shai, to Wada to Yahweh Shemel Shai for giving me the spirit to do this video. Until the next one, we out.